I used to love the night. There was something magical about the world when the sun went down. A sense of peace and freedom in the quiet darkness. I would often stay up late, sometimes until the early morning hours, just reveling in the stillness. But that all changed after the incident. It started out as a perfectly ordinary night. I was up working on a paper for one of my college classes. The house was silent except for the tapping of my fingers on the keyboard and the occasional creak from the old wood floors. Just background noise that I barely even registered anymore after years of burning the midnight oil. Then, sometime after 2 a.m., I started to get this weird feeling. You know that prickling sensation in the back of your neck that makes you think you're being watched? It was like that, but amplified by 1,000. Every hair on my body was standing on end, and my heart was pounding in my ears. Get a grip, I told myself, trying to shake off the uneasy feeling as just my imagination running wild from too many late nights and not enough sleep. But no matter how much I tried to rationalize it away, the feeling only grew more intense. That's when I heard it, the first creak from the hallway outside my room. Just a soft sound, the kind of settling noise that old houses make all the time. But this was different somehow, slower, more deliberate, like something or someone was out there. I froze, my hands poised over the keyboard as I strained to listen. Was I just being paranoid, or had I actually heard something? The seconds ticked by in an agonizing silence until finally, there it was again. Another creak, closer this time. My heart felt like it was going to explode out of my chest. This was no longer just an uneasy feeling. There was definitely something or someone moving around out there. But who and why? Against my better judgment, I got up from my desk and crept over to the door, pressing my ear against it to listen more closely. That's when the hallway floorboards let out a long, drawn-out groan, followed by a deafening crash that made me jump back in terror. "Hello?" My voice came out as a hoarse croak as I summoned what little courage I had. "Is anyone there?" No response except the furious pounding of my heart and the rush of blood in my ears. Part of me was terrified to open that door, but the larger part was driven by maddening curiosity about what the hell was going on. With a trembling hand, I reached for the doorknob, sucking in a deep breath to brace myself. As soon as the door creaked open a few inches, a foul stench hit me. A sickly sweet, rotting smell that made my stomach lurch violently. I barely had time to register the smell before something came hurtling through the crack in the door, slamming into me with incredible force. We went down in a tangle of limbs, the creature's hot, putrid breath burning my nostril as it pinned me to the floor. That's when I got my first look at it, and I can still scarcely find the words to describe the sheer revulsion and horror I felt in that moment. Its skin was a sickly greenish-gray color, stretched taut over a skeletal frame and dotted with oozing sores. Its mouth was a gaping maw filled with rows of jagged fangs, dripping with thick ropes of saliva that splashed across my face. And the eyes, those sunken dead eyes that seemed to bore straight through into my very soul. Every fiber of my being was screaming at me to fight, to struggle with every ounce of strength I had. But I was paralyzed, trapped beneath the creature's bony weight as its clawed hands closed around my throat in a vice-like grip. I don't know how long I lay there, choking and gasping for air as the life slowly drained from my body. Minutes, hours, an eternity. It's all a blur. The last thing I remember before everything went black were those horrible, soulless eyes staring into mine as the darkness closed in. When I finally came to, I was huddled in the corner of my bedroom, my clothes and sheets drenched in sweat. At first, I thought it had all just been an intensely vivid nightmare, a product of too much stress and not enough sleep. But then I saw them, deep, angry gouges torn into the wooden floor just a few feet away, and the lingering stench that clung to every inch of the room, that gut-churning odor of rot and decay. I didn't stick around to search for any other clues as to what had happened. I just grabbed what little I could carry and ran, getting as far away from that house as possible before collapsing in a trembling heap on the first friend's doorstep I could find. Some experiences change you forever. And let me tell you, after having the life nearly choked out of me by whatever the hell that creature was, I am never going to willingly be a night person again. The darkness holds far too many horrors that are better off not facing. At least, that's what this traumatized survivor believes.